I've met many people over the years, and in my opinion, I have found that people are the same everywhere. They have the same fears, shed similar tears, dying so many years. The oppressed seem to have suffered the most in every continent, coast to coast. Now our lives are in the hands of the pusher man. We break it all down in hopes that you might understand how to protect yourself. Don't make no profit for the man. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. You're something kind of funny. How the man take your money. He's sure as he can be. In such a way you'll never see. It's a terrible thing inside when your natural high has died. But we can turn to dough and put all aside their home. And I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me. I'm so glad I've got my own. So glad that I can see my life's a natural high. The man can't put no thing on me.
Yeah. Yeah, get that Curtis Mayfield going. Oh, hold up. We about to get into some real shit. Yeah. You know, I had to curate the moment. Facts, bro. Had to curate the moment with with some Curtis Mayfield. For sure, man. But it ain't the Ghetto Coffee Book Club, without the coffee, man. But today is we definitely gonna get into some real shit, you know what I mean? The last stream, we kept it kind of light, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, today is gonna be more about, we're gonna talk some brand talk, you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna talk about, the importance of, having a philosophy behind your brand. You know what I'm saying? Especially when times is rough. Because without a philosophy, you have no direction. Yeah. Hopefully, we might do that Teddy Pendergrass next stream, my boy. That Curtis Mayfield, that should be making me feel productive I'm trying to keep it PG, but that should be making me feel productive as fuck, the Curtis Mayfield. But, my mentor, he been putting me on to some Kenny G, so I haven't checked that out. So if anyone rocks with Kenny G, let me know what I'm missing out. But my mentor said, low-key, he said, my mom, I was probably produced to some Kenny G. And I'm a smooth ass nigga. So if I was produced to some Kenny G, you definitely know that nigga Kenny G is smooth. But we gonna get into that later on, you know what I'm saying? But today, I really wanted to focus on, talk about how important it is to have a philosophy behind your brand. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when, shit gets rough, when, things aren't panning out, when, when it just so happens that things aren't, the money's not flowing in, like a philosophy behind your brand that could really clear the way for you. Like, for instance, like my philosophy behind my brand, Mnimise Collective Apparel, it's to minimize your limitations in order to maximize your expression, right? And some are probably thinking, damn, how the fuck do I do that? I'm glad you asked. Because the fucking journey I've been on, I had to go through a lot of shit, to get to where I'm at today. I had to, subtract a lot of bullshit, therefore minimize the limitations. Mnimise Collective Apparel, you know what I mean? It's all about keeping shit simple. And sometimes, when we're chasing something so big, or when we're building something so vast, it's hard for us to keep it simple. We get lost in the vastness of it. There's so much behind building a brand. You got marketing, you got to know your target audience, you know what I mean? You got to know the quality of garments that you're going to produce, you know what I mean? This all comes into planning. And it's like, that shit gets so scary, right? Right? You know what I mean? Facts, you know what I mean? We got, we got the blue, we got the royal blue, minimalist, royal blue hoodie. I call this the OG look. This is the OG hoodie because this is the first hoodie I'd have ever made in my life. Like, this is where Mnimise was started. We got, we got the bomber jackets and shit, you feel me, so you can represent something nice. But go to MnimiseCollectiveApparel.com, and we got a blog on there, I got a blog on there with some of my thoughts, just because who doesn't need a fucking place to put their thoughts on? You know what I mean? Because, like, our thoughts run rampant. And this is why we're going to talk about the importance of, having a philosophy behind your brand. But yeah, like, if you guys want the merch, go to MnimiseCollectiveApparel.com. There's some dope shit in there. I got some graphic tees. As you see, got the I Love Mnimise, mantra hoodie, right there. Got the bomber jacket, got the roll. You can't go wrong, and it's good quality shit. So make sure you go MnimiseCollectiveApparel.com. Go there. We got a blog. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of dope shit, Letterman jackets, all that. So yeah, and I'm gonna get to, I'm gonna get to the philosophy behind the brand, so I can help, anyone who's out there that's starting a brand, I can help them, hopefully formulate their own philosophy. Or if they have a philosophy, I can motivate them to stick to their philosophy. Because I can tell you what, man, this shit gets crazy. This shit definitely gets hectic out there. But anyway, the importance of, we're going to get to all that, but the importance of maintaining a philosophy in your brand, I'm going to just give you a little context. I've definitely faced a lot of adversity getting here. A lot of adversity, you know what I'm saying? Homelessness, no income. I've definitely been there, and I really needed something to fucking hold on to, especially in these dark times. So I held on to my mantra, and I held on to my mantra, held on to my, my slogan, which is, minimize the limitations to maximize your expression. And like, I really, had to hone in on the purpose of that. And like, if I can't struggle, if I can't work with the fucking the minimal shit that I got, like I'm a firm believer in God. And like, God will give us the reel, God will give us the fishing rod, you know what I'm saying? But it's on us to reel the fishing. So it's like, with my brand being Mnimise Collective Apparel and going through these tough times, and maybe not having as much shit to work with as Supreme or as Ralph Lauren, you know what I mean, not having their budget to work with, like, I really had to stand on my business, and I had to minimize my wants, work with the shit, just work with the shit I had, and and formulated this brand, you know what I mean? And it just goes to show you, like, you really don't need like a bunch of money to start a clothing brand. And like, I feel like you know, people, they get stuck in that beginning phase. You know what I'm saying? They get stuck in that beginning phase. Facts. I appreciate that, man. People get stuck in that beginning phase, you know what I'm saying? And like they feel like they need a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? They get cold feet. Because it's like they're looking at this long road. They're comparing themselves to like the Supreme, the Ralph Lauren's, like all these people who have fucking massive budgets behind them. And they just kind of hone it, you know what I mean? And they get nervous. And I've been there. Because it's like, fuck, man. How the fuck am I going, you know, how am I going to feel, you know, how am I going to make this vision come true? And honestly, man, you got to learn to work with what the fuck you got. And that's another thing, you know what I mean? If you can, like, think about it, like, if you can formulate something beautiful, you know, formulate a masterpiece, you know what I mean, with a little bit of tools, like, imagine how much doper your shit's gonna be, like, when you come into all, you know, the budget that you may need, or the budget that you envision for yourself. Imagine how much more dope your vision is gonna be. Like, once you done mastered the tools of working with, you know, the little bit of what you got. And like, that's what Mnimise Collective Apparel is about. You know, minimizing all the bullshit so you can maximize your expression, maximize your full potential. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. Yeah, facts. 97% want you to lose like them. Find the 3% that master their strategy. Facts. And it's so big, like, on mastering your strategy. Consistency and mastering your strategy is so big in this shit, bro. And like, that's where a lot of people fail. Like, a lot of people, like, they don't focus on mastering the strategy, on mastering the craft. Like, for me, I know, like, I love every aspect of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love every aspect of building a brand to the point to where it's like I wake up, I eat, breathe, and consume content that can help me get this brand off the ground. That's me mastering my strategy. Like, it don't matter if I got, you know, if I had 10 orders come in or if I got no orders come in. You know, I'm like, ain't nothing gonna like deter me from me mastering my strategy. Because it's like, I got a different kind of hunger in me. You know what I mean? Like, I got a different kind of hunger. Like, if I get money, that's cool, but I just got a hunger to outwork niggas and to be the best at what the fuck I'm doing. And if I get rich doing that, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? If I get rich doing that, that's dope. Dope as fuck. But like, literally, like, I just want to I literally just want to outwork niggas and just be good at what I do. I want to be good at delivering my message. I want to be good at the product I deliver. I want to be good at the graphics. You know, I want to be good at relating to my audience. You know what I mean? I want to be good at just being able to like deliver. You know what I mean? Just constantly deliver in every aspect of this brand. You know what I mean? So it's like, and like, yeah, so it ties me into this next shit I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, the Ghetto live introduction. We don't need no fucking intro. This is the Ghetto Coffee Book Club, where we keep it real, we keep it authentic, but most important, we keep it ghetto. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah. You know, a lot of niggas be, you know, they be, you know, like, they lose faith. They lose faith because it's like, they don't see shit, you know, they don't see it working as fast as they thought it would. Like, they don't see it working as fast as they thought it would. And like, a lot of times when you're cooking up something and you hurry up and wait and see if it's done, like, that shows a sign of impatience. You know what I mean? Like when you're constantly, like, when you post something and then you hurry up and rush to see how many people like it, that definitely shows a sign of impatience, and that definitely shows that you are in this shit for the wrong fucking reason. You feel me? Like I said, like I'm in this shit because I just want to be the best at what the fuck I do. And those who join me on this journey on mastering my craft, that's dope. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm not in this, you know. Like I said, I just want to be good. I just want to inspire. I want to be good. You know what I'm saying? I just want to live out my brand. And it goes back to the philosophy. Like your brand, if your brand has a philosophy, it will give you something to stand on in the most turbulent of times. Like I tell you what, like it's in the like everything. Like when you eat, breathe, and sleep, your mission, and like I said, my mission is Mnimise Collective Apparel, and the mission of Mnimise Collective Apparel is just to inspire, you know, the next generation, or not even the next generation, just inspire anyone, you know, who's been at a lower level, you know, just inspire them to take the steps that they need to take to break barriers. You know what I mean? Like that's what Mnimise Collective Apparel is about. It's like literally reaching out to the youth, to the next generation, to the lost, because like a lot of people have lost faith in Gen Z. On some like they don't want to, like, you feel me? Like they want things to change, but they don't want to break barriers. They don't want to step into the world to operate change. You know what I mean? Like a lot of old heads, like they will talk about what Gen Z and what all these younger niggas need to do, but they're afraid to step on their platform. Like these platforms like Twitch, these platforms like Kick, you know what I'm saying? Like they want to stay in their comfort zone and then tell Gen Z what to do from their comfort zone. And it's like ass backwards, bro. It's like how the fuck are you gonna lead a next generation, or how are you gonna try to lead a Gen Z or lead anybody when you can't step out the comfort zone, step out your own comfort zone? You know what I mean? And that's what Mnimise Collective Apparel is about as well. You know, it's like minimizing your limitations so you can step out of your comfort zone. So you can take the next step. So you can, you know, step into that next position that you want to be. And like just like being hungry for that shit. Cause it's like there's a difference between like having faith in yourself, and there's a difference between being delusional. And I want y'all to think on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, while we take a break to look for my CarMax, because the nigga's lips is dry, because, you know, I be blowing that gas. I'm going to let y'all think on that. There's a difference between having faith in yourself and just being delusional. And while I grease my lips with this strawberry CarMax, this shit is fire. All my niggas out there who be smoking with them ashy lips, you know, get something that tastes good for your lips. No Diddy. CarMax, strawberry CarMax. But while I do this, I want y'all to think on that. Think on that. Like there's a difference. What's the difference between being sold on your vision, having faith in it, and then just being delusional? Damn. Man, this CarMax, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This CarMax is hitting. That's one good. Hey, speaking of minimizing like your limitations, I ain't gonna lie. I have been trying to cut down on my smoking habits, like real shit. Like I ain't gonna be on this platform like telling niggas to go do this, go do that. Like I low-key have been trying to cut down on my smoking habits, because it's like, for instance, how could I talk on this shit and be like, you know, minimize your limitations to maximize your expression, and not be trying to live this shit myself. So I'm gonna be real with y'all, because I know there's some trolling ass niggas out there that are just love to catch Just Be slipping. Yes, I do condone in the Mary Jane, the green ganja. However, I'm working to be a better man. Just remember that. You know, we all sinners. Like I don't condone sin. I condone growth, and I'm trying to grow from that. But yeah, but back into this, like, yeah, back to the topic. Faith. What's the difference between faith and delusion, and being delusional? And have you thought? And like, did you really think, or are you just waiting for Just B to give you his perspective? Like, come on, man. Like, this ain't what this is about. I'm trying to provoke y'all niggas to think. We ain't gonna do this. Wait for me to give y'all my perspective. I really want y'all to think about that. Because if you are an entrepreneur, and this ain't even about designing clothes. This is not just about, making content. This is about embarking on anything that is your own, that you really want to succeed with. All right. So like me and I brought this topic up because me and my mentor were talking about this. Having faith and being delusional. And the difference between like having faith is having the vision, having the faith behind your vision, is putting in the action. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bible says, like faith without works is, faith without works is dead. I may be wrong. Faith, good faith without good deeds is dead. I might be wrong, but you know what I'm saying? I may be wrong. However, that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, difference between faith and being delusional is when you got faith in what the fuck you're doing, you put into action every day consistently. You put into action to bring that shit to life. Like, you put into action to bring that shit to life every day. Every day. Like, for me, everything I'm doing involves, everything I do is involved around building my clothing brand. And I keep saying that because repetition is important. Everything I do is built around this brand. Everything. All the way down to the fucking dollars that I spend. Alright? That's me putting the action. That's me having faith in my plan and putting the action behind that plan, right? Alright, now you got the delusionals. The delusional people are the niggas who constantly talk about what they're gonna do. The delusion is the niggas at the bar who talk about, their big plans, their fucking dreams, the shit that they're going to do, and then like after they talk about it, after the beer wears off or the weed goes away or the line of coke they did wore off or whatever it may be, after that, after the high is gone, the drive is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like after the high is gone, the drive is gone. And like, we're gonna get deeper into this. Like, are you high off of the, do you entrepreneurs, artists, content creators, clothing designers, like when you get that rush, do you get the rush through the process of creating whatever you're doing? Or do you get the rush off of being rich, being successful, having everyone know your name? Or it could be a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Because there's we're gonna keep it a beam. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice things. Like, I'm not gonna be on this channel spitting that, that false shit. You don't want nice things, don't want money, don't want a beautiful wife. You know what I'm saying? Do not, because that's bullshit. However, that shouldn't be, the fuel to whatever you build your brand. That's why having a philosophy to hold on to is so important. Because it's gonna be a while until you see a return on your brand. Until you see any type of fucking return, any type of recognition, any type of pat on the back, any type of that, it's gonna be a long time. So that's where that's when you know if you really hungry for this shit. You know what I'm saying? There was times where I didn't sell a fucking hoodie for 4 months. And mind you, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. And I'm going through this. I'm not saying, units ain't moving while I'm bouncing through hotels to hotels. And that's not because I got a drug habit. That's just because my mind is focused on this, and I didn't want to take no easy money. And when I say easy money, I mean like the quick, you know, like the 9 to 5 Wendy's dead end jobs that like don't have a plan. And like this is not me hating on, you know, those who work at Wendy's or fast food restaurants, because we all need a plan, we all need income. You know what I'm saying? But like, do not let that be the all and be all. So it's like, I get fuel off of the journey, you know, the chapters that I face, like the fact that like I went through that and got through this, that fuels me for the possibilities, you know, for the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like who don't want a fine ass girl? Who don't want a boatload of money, especially off of their products? Who don't want the recognition off of the gift, you know, off of the thing that they put their blood, sweat, and fucking tears in? Who wouldn't want the fucking recognition off of it? So like, I'm gonna repeat, this ain't me, you know, indicting. This ain't me acting like I'm holier out. I'm more holier than thou. Like I don't want those things, because that is a lie. I want to be successful. I got kids to take care of. You feel me? You know, I want to leave them a legacy. You feel me? Like, this shit's bigger than me. This shit's way bigger than me. This brand is way bigger than me. You know, it's bigger than me, because it's like, it's like, I got a lot on the line. And that fueled me to make some of those decisions to go the path less traveled. You know, to be hungry, to be like, you like, this is having faith. When you're starving and your units ain't moving, but you refuse to settle for less. You refuse to settle for that shit that the world's telling you to go get. Like, you refuse to settle for all that other shit. You feel me? Like, that is having faith in your shit. And then, you know what I mean? Like, being hungry for it. Like saying, fuck, like, you know what? I'm hungry right now. But like, I know if I keep busting my ass, like, I could quit working right now and get and eat off cheeseburgers. You feel me? Follow this analogy. I can stop work. You know, I can keep work. I can work the regular shit and get full off cheeseburgers, and then, you know, or I can, you know, go through some shit, fuel the hunger, and then eat lobster. Eat lobster, you know, not just you. It ain't just, and thing is, it's not just about me. It's like, I got kids, you know, I got homies and shit. I got mad niggas who I'm trying to feed off this shit. I got mad niggas who I wake up every day grinding for. I got mad niggas who like, I know, like, this is not me saying like the world's dependent on me. And I'm not saying that they can't get it for themselves. But I got homies out there who I want to put in better positions, because I know they got shit they got shit they can offer to the world. You feel me? So it's like, I call it, you know, suffering. You know, going through a little bit of suffering. You know, like, I will put my body through the fucking rigorous training. I will put my mind through the rigorous training, you know, to feed my family, to feed my people, to put, you know, I will starve so my people can eat lobster. And I'm going to circle it, you know what? I'm going to circle it back to the beginning of the stream. Having a philosophy to think like this. Holding on to my brand's philosophy helped me, you know, to think like this. Holding on to my brand's philosophy fueled all the action that I put behind making this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, those who are in the streetwear, those who make clothes, you know, you got those, you got the quick bag getters, and then you got the fucking designers. The quick bag getters are the niggas who will go, you know, will outsource a graphic designer, will go to Gildan, you will go to, you know, the wholesaler and cop some Gildan tees, you know, slap the outsourced design on a fucking Gildan tee, and then feed it to the consumer and say they put their blood, sweat, and tears into their brand. I'm not knocking the hustle, but me, like, as an artist, like, I can't do that. Like, I feel like before I send any type of fucking product out to the world or anything, I make sure the material is felt. You know what I'm saying? I make sure that like the graphic that it is a true, you know, it is a true, you know, symbol of true, a genuine reflection of me, a genuine reflection of what I'm going through. You know what I mean? And of course, you know, I do quality, do QC with the homies and shit. You know, make sure like, is it good? Is it worth it? Is this shit dope? And the thing is, it's like, then I'll send it out. You know, if I get the thumbs up, then I'll send it out. You know, if they tell me like, Justin, you can push that shit harder, go back to the lab. I'll go sit in the lab before I send it out. But like, I'm not just sending out shit to get a quick dollar. Like, that's the point. Like, I'm sending out shit because it's like, I want my garments to resonate with the consumer. I want my story to resonate with the consumer. I want, when they wear Mnimise Collective Apparel, I want them to know like, I'm going through some shit. Wow. The lava lamp just hated. Whoops. Oh, man. Oh, we had a little technical difficulties, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of, man, why they hate? Bro, why the world hate on John Lennon, man? Hey, go read something. Before I get back in there, we gonna go read something. You know, right now I'm reading on that. I'm reading Imagine by but it's by Yoko Ono, but you know it's got John Lennon's thoughts, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about, you know, all reading books, the importance of constantly feeding your mind. We're gonna talk about that on another stream. Before I was distracted by the lamp, you know what I mean, hating, you know, someone's hating, definitely that's that nigga's hating. Before I was distracted by the lamp, I'm definitely, yeah. You gotta fuel, you gotta live by that philosophy, you know what I'm saying? Definitely gotta live by that philosophy of your brand, and you really gotta stand on it, because there's gonna be times when the world's not buying in. You know what I mean? There's definitely gonna be times when the world's not buying in, or when you think the world's not buying in, and like you literally got nothing to. And your mind's just riddled with self-doubt. Like, that's normal. Like, those who are starting a brand, like, and this is another reason why having a philosophy to hold on to is so important with your clothing brand or any kind of brand, your content brand or whatever. You're gonna get self-doubt. That doesn't mean your shit ain't good. That doesn't mean that you're not good enough. That's just natural to have self-doubt. Especially, you get and anxiety. Especially like when you going so hard with your when you going so hard with what you're doing. You're gonna have self-doubt. But the key is, do not relish in that self-doubt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look past that shit. That's normal. You know what I mean? Facts. I need that black man, right? Hey yo, we gonna get. You know, Just Be Love the World. I'm dead, bro. Hey, yo, you know Just Be Love the World. You know Just Be Love the World, bro. But, yeah, hold on. But, like, yeah, like, self-doubt. Like, that's normal. However, bro, the fact that you got as far as where you are, you need to use that to propel you from that self-doubt. Because it's like, there's a difference between, you got mad niggas, like, the content game is getting flooded. So like, you really got to separate yourself. You gotta find your niche and you really gotta separate yourself. Just because while you're doing that doesn't mean that I'm dead. Just be for president. Hey, right, yo, just be. Hey, yo, go to your local county and put in just be for mayor on the ballot. You know, hashtag just be. Fuck that. We starting a challenge. Hashtag just be for mayor. You know, I want to see that going through all y'all TikToks, all y'all Instagrams. Hashtag just be for mayor. Because I'm going to give it to you real. And like, that's the thing. As you see me elevate from different levels in this shit, like, y'all are going to see how real it is. You're going to see the struggle. You're going to see the consistency. And you're going to see what, you know, having faith in your fucking shit really is. Like, facts. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for real, that's big. That's big. You know what I mean? And, like, especially in a time where everyone's, like, faking it. Like everyone is faking, and this is not sustainable. And this is why, like, I'm willing to give the world the game. You know, I'm willing to bust my ass, struggle to give the world the game. You know, like, here, I'm struggling. You don't have to do it. That's wisdom. We live in a time where niggas is faking a fucking image. And you know what? That's how you know niggas is not about the money. Because business rule 101, whatever you're doing needs longevity. Longevity needs sustainability. And whatever you're doing, and so your plan needs to be sustainable. Right? The plan should be sustainable. And I think I have my link tree in my bio. You know, we still my nigga, hey yo, I appreciate that. I'm gonna get that going, bro. You know what I'm saying? We still building the team, and that's the thing. Y'all can get in early. You feel me? Y'all can get in early. Y'all can get in early. You feel me? Y'all can get in early on this. But like, cause I'm showing y'all the way. You feel me? I'm showing y'all the way. You know what I mean? Like, I go to school, like I'm a college student. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna hop on this bitch and be like, I don't do other shit. I go to school, I'm a college student, and I got a lot of things in motion. However, just because I have all that other shit in motion, don't mean that I don't throw my all in this. Fuck that. What I do is, I take from the other shit that I got in motion, and I find a way to incorporate into this shit. You feel me? So it's like, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always thinking minimize. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always thinking minimize. No matter what I'm doing, I'm always incorporating that shit into minimize. For instance, I go to school, I'm a college student, and I wash dishes at a fucking restaurant. And I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm staying humble with it. However, bro, I don't let that shit, I know this is not my end game. Like, I'm not in that bitch like this, bro. I'm not in this bitch sad as fuck with the damn hoes, looking sad as fuck, like, man, bitching about the world, bro. Because it's like, I know the world has much more for me. You know why? Because I'm not giving the world a fucking option. Like, the way I wake up and get it, I don't give the world an option. I don't give the world a fucking option to give me less. You know what, like that, and that's what you got to do. Like, when you're branding, the way you approach your brand, you can't leave this shit up for chance. Like, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Like, everything that you got to do goes around that brand. Everything you eat, sleep, gotta be around that brand. Even like I said, if you're really about to jump in this shit trying to get rich quick, like, go home. Go home. Take your ass home. Like, you're not gonna get rich quick doing this. However, if you in this shit for the love, you know, for the love of fashion, for the love of branding, just for the love of making content, like, you definitely, you can make it. Because it's about being consistent, and it's about, you know, having faith in yourself, working your plan in action, showing that, like, because, like, first of all, I ain't gonna listen to no nigga that don't put the fucking work in. You feel me? I'm not listening to no nigga that don't put the work in. Like, all right, I see the nigga got the bitch. I see the nigga got the whip. What is he doing behind the scenes, though? You feel me? Because it's like, I'm not going to sell y'all an image that's not sustainable. I'm not going to give y'all a business model that's not sustainable. And that fake it till you make it shit, you gotta be smart. Like, we gotta have game here. Like, we gotta be smart. Like, we can't be gamed up. We gotta have game. Like, you see these people that, you know, posting with these Bugattis and these Maseratis and shit, and they telling you they did this to get that. Did you see them do that to get that? Like, let's keep it a beam. Or did someone, like, listen, like, follow Just Be, you know what I'm saying? Because I love y'all. Just follow me. Just follow me. Do you, like, think about it. Like, any nigga with mad Maseratis, especially y'all on the social media, like, these niggas just don't pop up out of nowhere. They have money backing them. They have another nigga backing them who's getting a split off of fooling y'all. Like, dead ass. Like, think about it. Like I'm giving y'all real fucking game here. Like, these, like, you see, like, everyone wants to be a rapper. They see the money that rappers got. You know what I'm saying? And this is one thing I learned moving down to Atlanta. It's one thing I learning down to Atlanta. Creator fucking city. A lot of these niggas don't got the shit that they got. A lot of these niggas is flexing with other people's money. You feel me? They ain't flexing with their own money. They are flexing with other people's money. Who has more money than they do? And they're trying to, hear the word, hold on, follow me. They're trying to influence you to believe that by doing what they do and following them, you can get rich. But a lot of it is fraudulent. It's fraudulent. Like me, I'm gonna keep it a being with you. It's fraudulent. Like, I moved down to Atlanta. Like, I took a chance. Keep it a being with you. I took a chance. And I didn't know the road ahead of me, but I knew where I was at. I knew where I was at was not hitting for. I was from a little small town in Pennsylvania. All my niggas and from I'm not hating Venango County in the chat. I ain't hating on y'all. But, like, niggas from there know, like, that shit ain't got a lot to offer. Especially if you a nigga. And I'm not pulling the race card, but there's some places that, you know, that take a little bit time to catch up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I knew I wanted more for myself. Like, I knew I wanted more for myself. I always knew that. And in that town, like, I was always that nigga who had that, you feel me? Like, I was always that nigga who like, when they had the vision, fuck it, let's go do it. You feel me? Like, when I was that nigga, like, when they always had the vision, I was like, fuck it, let's go do this shit. So then, like, man, it just so happens, like, a lot of people there, they weren't about it. You know what I mean? They're not about it. And sometimes, you know, like, people make excuses to stay complacent. Like, a lot of times people will make excuses to want more but not be able to get it. We're going to talk about that, you know, one day, and we're going to talk about that maybe next stream. A lot of niggas will want more for themselves but not want to do the shit to get more for themselves. So it's like they kind of settle for less. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. It's one thing having a brand, going out, you know, being an entrepreneur. You gotta constantly, you can't settle for less. You gotta constantly strive to deliver a better product. You gotta constantly reinvent new ways to stay consistent. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like having a brand, like you gotta constantly reinvent new ways to deliver your message consistently. To where you're not trend hopping. You know what I mean? To where you're not trend hopping, but you're staying relevant. You know what I'm saying? To where you're not that old nigga who couldn't keep up. You know what I mean? Like, and that's key. So it's like, yeah, and I can even go back to what I said earlier about like a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me, I built, like I said, for those that are just tuning in, like I built Mnimise Collective Apparel as tangible proof to show the world that you don't gotta be stuck in your shitty position. Like that's like real shit. Like I was hooked on mad heroin. Like there was a point in time in my life where I was sweaty as fuck walking across the bridge, you know what I'm saying? For a stamp bag of dope, like, you feel me? Like, and that's the thing, and I know we all know someone who's addicted to drugs, or we might be addicted ourselves. Like we all know that person. Don't sleep on that nigga. I'm telling you, don't sleep on that nigga. Cause I was that nigga, and Mnimise Collective Apparel is tangible proof that metamorphosis is possible. You feel me? Like, metamorphosis is possible. Like, proof. Living testimony. Like, I was hooked on mad drugs, like, smoking mad meth. Like, I can tell you, like, we gonna go, like, as we unravel, you know, as we unravel the legend of Just B, like y'all gonna hear some of my fucking drug stories, like, and like this channel is not glorifying that shit, but like I gotta give y'all a fucking visual image of how fucking low down I was, but niggas don't gotta stay there. You feel me? Like, and that was me taking the steps to put in that action to get here, to get to this point. And I didn't do it by myself, you know. Shout out to Xavier Perry-Art, you know what I mean? That's my mentor. Like, shout out to Xavier Perry-Art. Like, that's my mentor. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, big ups to him. And, you know, those that, like, he big in the Atlanta scene. Like, that's definitely big bro. That's big bro with this shit, you know. And, like, I remember just hitting him up, like, bro, like I don't wanna do this regular shit. Cause like, you know, the nigga, he got mad motion, and shit. So this nigga, like, he was like, all right, bro. He's like, you wanna learn how to fish? I can teach you how to fish. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. My nigga, like, he sat me down. 2 hours, pulled up, you know, Adobe Premiere, Adobe Photoshop. He pulled up Adobe Illustrator. He pulled up all these things that were once I was scared of. We pulled up the philosophy. What do we have to expect from the brand that stands for freedom? Bro, freeing yourself from the, good question. You know, freeing yourself from the bond, you know, from the bondage, the shit that's holding you back. Cause it's like, in order to get to where you want to be, so however, cause like we're not perfect human beings. Like we're not perfect human beings. Like, if we were perfect, I wouldn't have Mnimise Collective Apparel. If we were perfect human beings, like if we came out our mom's wombs perfect and shit, you know, I wouldn't have a story to give y'all. So that's another thing. Embrace the process. stand for something on your brand. Embrace the process. Your brand really has to be you. You know what I mean? Like your shit really gotta be you. So yeah, like you gotta let go of all that shit that's holding you back, so you can step into, so you can step into that person who you want to be. Step into that person that you really want to fucking be. And that's where my limitations, like as I just told y'all, drugs was one of my limitations. Self-doubt was a limitation of mine. Codependency issues. These were all fucking limitations that I experienced. Fear, a lack of, self-worth in myself to even get to this point. These are all limitations that I experienced. You feel me? Like, yeah, facts, bro. Facts, nigga. And that's the thing, another thing. I stand for Mnimise Collective Apparel. It's for that, it stands for transformation. You know what I mean? Like, metamorphosis, transformation, like. But this all came from subtracting shit from, first of all, really honing in to who I am as a person, and subtracting the shit that I didn't like in me as a person. And that's the one thing, like when you're formulating a brand, like don't get it fucked up. When you're formulating a brand, you're gonna have to do some shadow work. Like shadow work, like the shit sounds scary, but like when you figure out and when you embrace all the shit in you that you don't like, you can work on it. You're more aware of it. And when you're more aware of the shit that you don't like, you got more content to work with. You know what I'm saying? You're relatable. Cause like I ain't gonna hop on this bitch acting like I'm Clark Kent. You feel me? Like I'm Superman. Like I don't have weaknesses. We all got weaknesses. Like we definitely all got weaknesses, bro. And Mnimise Collective Apparel represents, subtracting each of those, or attempting to subtract each of those weaknesses, from your personality, so you can, hone into what you want to be. I keep saying that. Minimize limitations, to fully express who the fuck you want to be. Minimize limitations, to fully express who the fuck you want to be. And I'm going to repeat it because it's so important. Minimize limitations to fully express who the fuck you want to be. Because like I said, I had mad limitations. I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't see past them limitations, if I didn't minimize them limitations, MnimiseCollectiveApparel.com. If I didn't minimize them limitations, I would not be in here. I would not be in this position. If I, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't stand on something, if I didn't stand on that philosophy, I wouldn't be here right now. Minimizing limitations to fully maximize, your expression. I had a lot of shit that was holding me back that kept me from expressing. Being able to express, to the world who I am. You know what I'm saying? Out of fear. You know what I mean? Like, out of fear of, like, not being accepted. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about being accepted? You know what I mean? That's what I love about, that's what I gravitated to streetwear. Because the aesthetic it represented. You know what I mean? It wasn't about, it was like, fuck uniformity. You know what I mean? Fuck being accepted. It was a counterculture revolution. And that's why I gravitate to streetwear. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, it's easily, it's accessible, it's affordable as fuck. And it's an affordable way to make someone feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, like, all right, Mnimise, like, with Mnimise Collective Apparel, like, I want you to feel like how you would feel as if you put on Louis Vuitton minus, breaking your damn purse for Louis Vuitton. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that's not what Mnimise is not about. I'm not trying to capitalize. I'm not trying to trick y'all to jump in y'all's wallets. You feel me? Like, I really want y'all, like, Mnimise Collective Apparel is my tangible way of telling the world I want the best for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, and anything that we do, any passion that we have, anything that we're so passionate about, like, or anything that we try to, what the fuck am I trying to say? Anything that we're willing to put our all in, like, that shit's gotta be a true reflection of who you are. You know what I mean? And, like, in order to really understand who you are, to channel yourself into your brand, you gotta minimize all that bullshit. You know what I mean? You gotta minimize the ex-girlfriend who broke your heart. You gotta minimize the divorce that left you feeling weak and scared. You gotta minimize the need to fucking, do something to get to where you want to be. Like, you feel me? Like, you gotta break away from that. Cause we are, like, we control we control, you know what I mean? We're in control. Like, God first, God gives us the faith for us to take action. We are in control of our actions, you feel me? So it's like, if I want to make the most out of the actions I take throughout the day, I truly gotta minimize the fuck shit that I'm on. And, like, if I really want to give my consumer, if I really want to give my audience all of me, if I really want to throw my all in my brand, like, how am I gonna put all of me in my brand if drugs got all of me? Make it make sense. And I want y'all, and whoever y'all can clip it. I don't give a fuck. Like, clothing designers, like, I don't give, like, this ain't an indictment to niggas out to all my fashion niggas who might go to different realms to reach a different, left side of their creativity. But, like, if I'm giving half of me, 75% of me to the IG model, if I'm giving 75% of me, to the big booty for down the street, if I'm giving all of that, like, how am I gonna give that to my brand? How am I gonna give what my brand deserves? Like, me giving less, like, me not giving my all to my brand is me telling my consumer, you don't deserve it. Like, y'all, like, you deserve to get ripped off. And I'm not about that. Like, even, like, I'm not condoning this. Even when I sold drugs, even when I was selling drugs, like, I still had it in me not to rip the customer off. You minimize the wastefulness, minimize the hater shit, and minimize the loose facts, bro. Minimize, and then that's the beautiful, that everyone can relate. Like, you can wear minimize and put minimize whatever you want to minimize here, and then, like, you minimize game. You feel me? Like, you don't gotta be jumped in to be part of Mnimise Collective Apparel. Like, you really just gotta want to be all in on your, you really just gotta want to be all in, on doing some positive shit. Because I tell you what, man, like, I done seen the jail cells, you feel me? I done rub elbows with the kingpins, the meth, all these grimy niggas, you know what I'm saying? I done made thousands. I done made thousands in the game, lost thousands in the game. You feel me? I'm not, like, I done had, and I tell you what, bro, I don't get that same feeling. Like, the same feeling of being able to overcome that shit and to be able to hop on this camera and to tell, like, and to willingly give y'all all of me, give y'all the game, which is part of it, give y'all the game and all of me. Tell you what, man, there's no better feeling, man. I'm so glad I minimized all that bullshit I was on to even be able to talk to y'all like this. You feel me? Like, and that's the thing, like, I've always seen myself, like, stepping into something more. You know what I mean? Like, I've always seen myself stepping into something more. And especially, like, as a father. And, like, as a father, like, I can't express it. I can't stand on this enough. If you got kids, it ain't no better time to minimize your limitations and to fully express what you want for your children. Like, there ain't no fucking better time. Like, the best time is now. And like, I'm not about to be on this bitch. This ain't no motivational channel. This is just real shit. Like, I'm just giving y'all my journey. I'm just giving y'all the steps that took me to get here. And like, I'm just giving y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all what's real. And like, I'm with Mnimise Collective Apparel, it's me countering the culture we are in today. By going against the clout chasing antics and standing on like my principles, standing on virtue, you know, standing on hard work, standing on, you know, stepping out your comfort zone, standing on just, you know, just standing on delivering a good product. I feel like that's lost in today's society. I feel like we live like in a get rich quick culture. And like me, like I've always been part of that, you know, go against the status quo kind of thinking. You know what I mean? So it's like Mnimise Collective Apparel is my way of bringing streetwear and countering the culture. You know what I mean? Because I feel like no one can focus. We live in a time today like where it's hard to focus on what you really want. So many distractions, so many digital distractions, especially scrolling down your feed. There's so much shit, you know, that gets us distracted. So like that's also what Mnimise Collective Apparel is about, man. That's crazy, yo. We done did an hour. That's real good ass stream, bro. It ain't over, but that's a good ass stream, bro. We definitely done did an hour. You feel me? We done been running this shit about an hour talking about, you know, what Mnimise Collective Apparel is. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing. I want to leave y'all with this question. Alright, I said earlier that like there's a difference between having faith in yourself and just being a delusional nigga who's just, you know, talking out their ass and, you know, not just being like, alright, there's a difference between having faith in yourself and just being a delusional ass nigga. Alright. And to like, do your daily actions, like when you wake up day in and day out, do your daily actions show that you got faith, or do your daily actions show that you a delusional ass nigga? You know what and I want y'all to think about that. Do your daily actions show that you got faith, or do your daily actions show that you're just a delusional ass nigga? And that's, you know, I'm gonna leave y'all with that. You know what I'm saying? And I said that we was gonna talk about the importance of brand philosophy, but my man was just, you know, that nigga was motherfucking Devin. That nigga was Ryan Garcia with them, you know, with the questions. So it's like, and we didn't even get to. No, next stream we gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about why I feel like Drake already lost to Kendrick Lamar. You know, no, fuck it. We gonna talk about that shit now. Fuck it. We gonna talk about that shit now. Alright. This is why I personally feel why this nigga Kendrick already won without responding to Drake. Alright, because when you're the best, you don't have to. You feel like you don't gotta go be in everyone's faces and be like, oh, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. Like, you don't gotta constantly like move like a bitch with attention. A bitch with you know, daddy issues who need some with attention bitches. You know what I'm saying? The bitches who feed off attention, who need to constantly be reassured that they're the best. Like me myself, I feel like the action I put behind my shit. Like, if I'm not the best now, I'm definitely gonna be the best. Like, if I'm not the best now, give me 2 fucking years, 3 years. The way I work my ass off, nigga, I will be the fucking best. Like, you feel like I put that much action. I put that's faith. That's me having faith. That's me having faith. And Diddy got Drake, but did he or did he do it? But like, for real, like when you go out and tell your niggas or tell your girl or tell your family, like, I'm about to make this happen. Alright. And then, like, do your daily actions, think about that. Do your daily actions show that you got faith in what you're doing? Or do your daily actions show that you're just a delusional ass nigga who just blowing smoke, talking shit just to, you know, look the part? Because I know me, I put my all into this shit, you know, to where I read, eat, sleep, and breathe designing shit. And I've had it, you know what I mean? And I'm only getting better. I'm growing. And I can't wait for y'all to tune in and see the fucking growth. And this is the fucking Ghetto Coffee Book Club. The Ghetto Coffee Book Club, where, you know, we keep it real, we keep it authentic, and most importantly, we keep it ghetto, you feel me? Stay productive, stay safe, you feel me? You know, keep your mind out of the fuck shit, and just keep doing you, bro. Just keep doing you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no one gonna want it for you. Just keep doing you. You feel me? Cause like if I could be here popping my shit, talking my shit, y'all can get to wherever the fuck y'all wanna be at. Cause I'm telling y'all, man, was addicted to heroin, mad long, pop mad pills, mad long, in and out of rehabs, mad long, in and out of jail, mad long, 7 years on parole. But I don't glamorize that shit, because that shit was holding me back. Now I had to minimize that fuck shit that I was on so I could fully express to y'all the person like I want to be. I can fully express to y'all, you know, this vision. I can fully express to y'all, you know, how the fuck niggas is about to take over. And I say that confidently. So, yeah, this is the Ghetto Coffee Book Club, you know, brought to you by Mnimise Collective Apparel. You know, you can get the merch on MnimiseCollectiveApparel.com. Oh, you trying to get that? You trying to get that hoodie? Bet. Let me throw that. I'm gonna throw that in the chat, my G. Let me throw that in the chat. Let me throw that in the chat for you. Feel me? You feel me? I'm gonna throw that in the chat for everyone. And as you see, we working with what we working with, but we gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. I'll put that link in that chat for you, my boy, on everyone.